Levi, how you doing? A question, you're coming in now really as the top American rider in this Tour de France in terms of your chances in the GC. How do you approach this tour this year? Is it a different mindset for you? You're coming in with a stronger team support, more experience behind you. What's your confidence level? What does it mean to you to be the top American this year?
I would just say that I'm very motivated this year to be back with the Discovery Channel, and it's such a strong team. This team won 7 tours in a row, and to be with riders like George and Contador, and with Johan and Dirk in the car, I feel very confident in everyone, and that gives me a lot of motivation.
Johan, how do you feel about your colleague Bjarne Riis almost being forced out of the Tour de France by the ASO?
Has he been forced out? I think he has received a credential, as I understand yesterday. It's difficult for me to comment on that. I personally, first of all, he has made these confessions about his earlier career. Personally, I don't see the reason why Bjarne Riis, in his actual occupation, would not be able to attend the Tour de France. I think it has nothing to do with it. He has confessed. I think he is feeling the consequences of it, but it doesn't. I don't see why ASO would be able to not let him come to the Tour de France. So I heard yesterday that he's here, and I think he's going to do a good job with his team like he has done in the past.
The International Riders Association have called on the UCI to make team managers, doctors and team staff sign a similar commitment to a clean sport. Would you sign that document? Would you accept the risks involved? Do you think it's legal that you have to sign that document?
Well, first of all, I didn't really see that request, but if it comes from the UCI and it's a request that is acceptable and well argumented, I think as the teams we should have to talk about it, and if it's acceptable, I have nothing against signing it.
Last year, Discovery Channel started without a real leader. This year, you are the real leader. That means that after Lance Armstrong, you are the first man who is the real leader in this team. Gives that a special feeling? Gives that a special pressure for the coming weeks?
I'm very proud to be the leader of the classification for the Discovery Channel team. I will say, however, that we do have other riders on the team that will be going after their own goals. Guys like Gusev and Popovic and George Hincapie, who I think will win at least one stage between them, and so that's to say, we're not set up the way we were when Lance was here. I'm not Lance Armstrong, so there's other riders on the team, and I think that you're going to see a lot of Discovery Channel jerseys in the breakaways and attacking.
Green ones.
Green ones, yeah.
Things seem to be so loaded toward the second half of the race, with the time trial late and the Pyrenees stages looking perhaps harder than the Alps.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. Well, the strategy, really sort of already has some history to it in the fact that I think I'm coming into this tour a little more fresh and probably a little farther off my best form than I have in the past couple of years. Last year I definitely was too good too early, a month too early. So this year I've tried to push that back because the end of the tour is so difficult.
How do you see the team, the Discovery team, as regards the hierarchy in the peloton of the Tour de France? Because Astana is obviously one of the strongest teams this year, and how is that going to affect or dictate your strategy for the race?
Yes, as you say, in my opinion also Astana is definitely, probably on the paper, the strongest team. Definitely with 3 strong leaders who in theory, they have 3 riders who could win the Tour de France: Vinokourov, Klöden and Kasheskin. Is that a good thing? I don't know. Until now, it has been proven that it was not always the right strategy to have different leaders. But at the same time, things have changed, and I expect it to be a very open race. So, in my opinion, when you have 3 potential winners, it's an advantage. But to answer your question about the ranking of the teams, I see ourselves definitely in the 3-4 strongest teams of the Tour de France. I would name Astana, Caisse d'Epargne, CSC, and Discovery as the 4 strongest teams, maybe not in the right order.